I'm actually a program facilitator at the prison system. I work at Millhaven, so I work with offenders. So I worked at Kingston Penitentiary. And when I worked at Kingston Penitentiary, I helped in the transitional part of that in my field. And I thought at the time when we got the word it was closing, it would be interesting just to do a bit of a documentary on it. So a couple of people I knew really well in corrections was Andy Graham and Lou Kelly and Dennis Curtis. And they wrote a book, Kingston Penitentiary, the first 150 years. So, and it was paid for by Corrections Canada, actually. So it was the initiative was for Corrections Canada. So I thought I'd interview these guys and use that dialogue for some back footage of the penitentiary. So I had a close friend that does a drone business in Kingston, Skystream, and we compiled our thoughts together. We have amazing drone footage, we have this interview, we have the tour videos from 2 different sources, and we're just doing a short 30-minute friendly kind of talk about what the Kingston Penitentiary is about, and basically a lot of it is drawn from the history of these guys talking about how they put the book together.
Assault or even murder should really be surprised.
I mean, I worked there for a couple of years, and to me, it was just going to work, you know. But you have to look at it from the perspective of other people, the stories that are there, the criminals that have been there, like the high-profile offenders that have gone through that. There's lots of history too with like writers that have gone through it. Everybody wants to film. Superman was filmed in there, so it's got this mystique about it, and I think it's just very interesting for people to see what it was like, and the stories that come out of there are just they're endless stories. You know. This book, when the fellows that wrote this book and compiled everything, they found chests of information that was going to be shipped off and be shredded. So they basically saved all this material. So a lot of this would have been totally destroyed. I mean, there is a lot of footage that we have got from the archives, Canadian archives as well. Some of our dated footage, which is also in the book as well. So there are we have taken some of that footage to pop in there, some photographs. But most of our video footage is the amazing this three-dimensional feel to it when the drone flies over the institution. It's very good footage and gives people the feel, I think, that they're on a live tour being narrated by some pretty highly recognized people. There's a beautiful montage at the very end as well. And we have a song written by Michael George, a local musician. It's called The KP Way. I said, can you write me a song that sounds something like Johnny Cash, that sort of institutional feel to it with a deep voice, but tells a story of how an inmate would have gotten into jail and where he is today. So, and it's when I shared it with other people, they thought it was a lost Johnny Cash song. So that was success for me. We're going to be doing a sequel. So we do have interviews from another author who wrote the book Canada's Big House. We plan to go more deep into interviewing. We have interviews with staff, and we're going to go plan to expand this to interview offenders in the future and make some sort of little small series, little 30 minutes series of the penitentiaries in our community here. So. It's at the screening room at Sunday, March the 4th at 9:50 is the series of shorts that will be playing. And Andy Graham is possibly be there for the Q&A after that as well.